Let me be honest with you. Most people are out here doing everything except the one thing that actually gets them respect. And funny enough, most people are doing the exact opposite every single day, and then wondering why people don't respect them, or why they feel like they're aging faster emotionally, mentally, even in their energy. So let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever met someone and you just felt like, this person carries themselves differently. I don't even know why I respect them, but I do. Yeah, that one. It's not money. It's not looks. It's not loud confidence. And definitely not those people who talk like they're announcing a football match every time they speak. It's something deeper. And Carl Jung, the psychology guy who looked like he knew everyone's secrets before they even spoke, he pointed toward this same idea. We're talking about one habit today. Just one. But it changes how people see you, how they treat you, and even how you feel inside as you age. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you might start laughing at your old version of yourself like, so that was the problem. All right, let's go. The one habit. You don't react to everything yes. That's it. I know. You were probably expecting something like, wake up at 5 a.m., drink lemon water, fight a bear, write a journal, climb a mountain. No, it's simpler and harder. The habit is this. You stop reacting to everything emotionally like a broken alarm system. Because most people, they are emotionally available, 24/7, like a supermarket that never closes. Someone says something small like, you've changed, and boom, inner earthquake. Thoughts start running. Why did they say that? What do they mean? Am I bad? Am I worse? Did I age? Do I look old? Relax. Even your brain is like, bro, I was not ready for this shift. Let me tell you something funny. There was a guy I knew. Let's call him Kofi. Kofi had a problem, not financial, not health. His problem was, he replied to everything. Like everything. If you say good morning, he replies like it's a government report. If someone ignores him, he sends a follow-up message like, hello? Did I offend you? If someone jokes with him, he starts defending his entire personality like he's in court. One day his friend said to him, bro, you take everything personally. And Kofi replied, I don't take everything personally. Then immediately added, but why would you say that though? Bro, case closed. That's the problem. People who react to everything. They don't control their energy. Their environment controls it for them. And Carl Jung basically pointed toward this idea in psychology in a deeper way. He believed something powerful. When you are unconscious, the world pushes your buttons. When you are aware, you stop being controlled by those buttons. Simple translation, if people can easily change your mood, you're not in control yet. Think of the people you naturally respect. It's usually not the loudest one. It's not the one who argues in every comment section like it's a sport. It's the one who doesn't rush to prove anything. They speak, and they pause, they listen, and they don't jump. They don't react like, what did you say? They react like, interesting. And somehow that silence feels powerful, because your brain starts thinking, this person is not easily moved, and humans respect what they cannot easily move. Even children do this. A child will test the parent who reacts emotionally, but the parent who stays calm, that parent becomes the authority. Same thing in adulthood, just with better clothes and bigger problems. Now let's connect something deeper. Why does this habit keep you young, not physically like skincare ads? No, mentally and emotionally. Because emotional overreaction ages people fast. You know those people who are always stressed, always offended, always, I'm done with everyone? They don't just feel older. They carry older energy. But someone who doesn't react to everything, they feel lighter, they laugh more, They recover faster. They don't sit in emotional traffic jams all day. It's like their mind has space again. And guess what? That space looks like youth, because youth is not just age. Youth is flexibility, curiosity, lightness, not being mentally stuck in every small thing. Next time someone ignores your message, talks to you in a weird tone, makes a joke about you, misunderstands you, or tries to provoke you, don't rush. Your brain will try to drag you into reaction mode like, say something now, fix it, defend yourself. But pause. Not silence because you're weak. Silence because you're choosing your energy. Because here's the truth nobody tells you. Every reaction is a transaction. You are spending your peace. So the question is this worth your peace? Most of the time, it's not. Let me be honest with you. Half the arguments people are having today, if you watch them from outside, you'll just eat food and shake your head like, so this is what we are fighting about. Someone didn't reply fast enough. Someone used a full stop instead of a smiley. Someone said, okay, instead of okay, and boom, emotional war. Meanwhile, Carl Jung, somewhere in psychology heaven, is probably looking at this like, this is exactly what I meant. When you adopt this habit, something funny happens. People start saying things like, you've changed, and they don't know how to explain it. Because you didn't become louder, you became harder to disturb, you didn't become arrogant, you became grounded. And the funniest part? People who used to trigger you start getting confused, because they're used to pressing buttons that don't respond anymore. It's like trying to play a broken game controller. They press, nothing happens. They press harder, still nothing. Now they're the ones reacting. Let me tell you something most people never notice. When you react too fast, especially emotionally, people don't always think, wow, they care. No, a lot of the time they think, I can move this person easily. And that's dangerous. Because respect is not built on how much you respond. It's built on how much control you have over your response. Think about it like this. If someone pushes you a little and you instantly jump, argue, defend, explain, panic, they learn something about you without you saying it. You are easy to move. But if someone pushes you emotionally and you just pause, breathe, and respond slowly, now they're unsure. Now they think twice. Now they respect your space. And it's funny because you didn't do anything aggressive. You just stopped being predictable. Let's be honest for a second. Some people don't even want to hurt you. They're just testing. Like kids pressing elevator buttons repeatedly just to see what happens. That's life. People test reactions. Not because they hate you, but because humans are wired to explore limits, so when you react every time, you basically become an open book with flashing neon lights saying, press here. And Jung would probably say it in a more psychological way, but I'll say it like this. If you don't understand your emotional triggers, other people will. And once other people understand your triggers more than you do, you're not driving your life anymore. You're a passenger. Now let's talk about those people everyone respects without knowing why. They're not magical. They're just not emotionally available for nonsense. You can say something sharp, and they don't break character, not because they didn't hear it, but because they didn't assign it power. That's the difference. And here's the secret. Nobody says clearly, calm people are not calm because nothing affects them. They're calm because not everything deserves a reaction. Big difference. One is emotional discipline, the other is emotional confusion. You know how some people argue online? Someone writes a long paragraph like, you don't understand life, people like you are the problem, and the calm person just replies, noted. That's it. No essay, no emotional breakdown, no TED Talk response. And the funny thing? The angry person becomes even more angry, because they didn't get the reaction they wanted. It's like shouting into a wall that politely ignores you. Carl Jung talked a lot about something called the unconscious. But let's make it simple. The unconscious is basically the part of you that reacts without thinking. Old patterns, old wounds, old habits. So when someone says something and you instantly react, that's not always you. That's your conditioning talking. But when you pause, even for a second, you create space, and in that space, you become conscious. And consciousness is where respect begins, because now you are not just reacting to life, you are observing it, and people feel that shift instantly, even if they can't explain it. Let me put this in a real-life picture. Two people walk into the same situation. Person A reacts to everything, every comment, every tone, every delay, every misunderstanding. They are mentally exhausted, emotionally drained, always explaining themselves. Person B. They observe more than they react. They choose what deserves attention. They don't rush emotional decisions. Guess who people naturally respect more? Not because person B is better, but because person B feels stable. And humans trust stability. If you remember only one thing from this video, remember this. People don't respect your emotions. They respect your control over them. That's it. Not how intense you feel, not how fast you respond, not how loud you defend yourself, but how centered you stay when life tries to pull you out of balance. And ironically, the more you stop reacting to everything, the more your presence starts speaking for you, without effort, without explanation, without drama. So now I'll leave you with this simple question. How many things are you reacting to every day that don't actually deserve your energy? Messages, comments, tone changes, small misunderstandings, random opinions. Because maybe the real upgrade in your life isn't doing more, it's reacting less. And when you master that, people won't just treat you differently. You'll start feeling different inside your own mind. Calmer, lighter, stronger, and yeah, a little more unbothered in a funny way too, like life is happening, and you're just there like, interesting. One more thing before we dive in. If this video gives you even one idea that changes the way you see life, promise me you'll hit the like button before you leave. Subscribe if you haven't already, and throughout the video, let me know in the comments which part hits you the hardest. I read your comments, and some of the best conversations happen down there.